Hello and welcome to the 2-minute or less recap of this month in cybersecurity for January 2019. This month, like the prior 36 months, contained a lot of newsworthy stories to chat about. And so without further ado, what did we look at this month? We looked at Windows 10, and as Microsoft is rolling out new versions of Windows 10, some of the older versions are no longer getting patched. Is this happening in your environment? We also talked about these devices and how these devices, while they were very popular at Christmas time, also came with some security concerns in terms of applications that were out in the store and helped you set up these devices, or did they? We also talked about if you got a phone call that looked like this, would you answer it and believe that it was Apple support? We'll talk about how phishing scams are getting more and more complicated and sophisticated. There certainly were a bevy of compromises and breaches within 2018. We'll talk about a few. We'll also talk about the 2018 U.S. state of cybercrime and try and pull out a few highlights from that voluminous report. Last but not least, we talked about FaceTime and an event that occurred just earlier this week. For a little bit of detail on Windows 10, we discussed some of the versions that have been coming out. And you'll notice in yellow all the versions that are no longer getting patched. Obviously, this varies a little bit whether you're running the Pro version or the Enterprise version of Windows 10, but it would be helpful to know if this is a problem within your environment. To do that, the script on the right-hand side or referenced in the blog at the bottom, end of life, beginning of loss, can be a helpful friend for you. That's it for the month of January snippet of this month in cybersecurity.